Hi, I'm Keith Guidry, your host. Welcome to today's show. We're going to have Scott Farmer, the UL Athletic Director, here on the show, and we're going to be talking about tailgating. We're going to be talking about football, the Raging Cajuns, the RCAF Foundation. So stay tuned. I think you're really going to enjoy this. We're going to be cooking on the Cajun grill. We're going to be cooking a crawfish makshu with some of the chicken bites. It's going to be delicious. Stick around. Welcome back to the show. Like I promised, we have Scott Farmer, who's the athletic director for the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. So we're going to interview Scott a little bit, and we're going to get back on the grill. But Scott, I just want to know, what's going on with the Cajun football, man?
I tell you what, it's hard for me. We only got 30 minutes. I don't think we can get it all in 30 minutes. But there's a lot of great things going on around football. You know, preseason camp started a week and a half ago, and I've been
I can hear it from all the way on this side of town.
You can hear HUD out there with his megaphone.
And the boom box, they like to practice to some good music. The juice.
He likes the juice, exactly. And a lot of excitement, a lot of energy. And it's just a great time of the year. I mean, everybody's undefeated right now, so there's excitement everywhere.
It's a good way of looking at it.
And I told Coach just yesterday, I said, you know, he asked me how things going. I said, the longer you're undefeated, the better things are going to be. So,
well, and I know he's made a lot of people happy down here. I think the community has embraced him and his whole family and his coaches. I've met a lot of them. We've cooked for some of the offensive linemen. They love the makshu, by the way, which is what we're going to be doing later on.
I tell you what, I know our team, I know our coaches. They're excited about these first two games. They really are.
They're ready.
They want to prove
look
something.
at what they did with Florida, right?
Yep.
I mean, a lot of people were just scratching their heads, but they proved to a lot of people that they can play at the larger levels.
And this is what a lot of people don't know about that. That team was mad that they got beat.
Oh, yeah.
There was no consolation that they played a top 5 team in the country, to the wire. They were mad. They wanted to win that football game, and they're out to prove something. So that's going on. And you talked about the excitement. It's unbelievable right now. Our season ticket sales as of this past Tuesday are 500 over last year.
That's incredible.
And we don't play a home game for over 4 weeks from now.
Well, look, we're going to have a lot of time to talk, but I know the pit's lit, and we got to get going on that makshu.
Let's go.
So y'all stay tuned. Next time you see us, we'll be in front of the Cajun grill cooking a little crawfish makshu. Back to the show. We're now in front of the Cajun grill. I'm again with Scott Farmer, the athletic director for the Raging Cajuns. We're going to be doing a little crawfish makshu. So, Scott, you ever cook? You grill a lot?
A little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit. Don't have a lot of time, but I can grill a little bit.
I remember when I called you, you said you're not much on grilling, but you're good on eating. Well, we're going to help you out with that.
All right, that's what I need.
So I'm going to be throwing some of this stuff in a pot while I'm talking, while I'm doing that. Could you tell us a little bit more about what's going on with the Raging Cajuns athletics?
Well, I think one of the things we started talking about football, so let's talk a little bit more about it. One of the things that's so exciting is Coach Hudspeth and his brand and his energy that he brings to the table, but also the assistant coaches. He has put together just a phenomenal staff.
They got one that's kind of crazy. He bleeds a lot whenever they play. He's headbutting the players with the helmets. I mean, them helmets are sharp.
Yeah, he's just got a great staff, and they support each other, and they're great with the student athletes, and he's kept them together. This is the third season in a row, and they've only had one change.
There are a lot of people that were worried about that when he started winning, but that's pretty cool that he can keep everybody together. 3
seasons and 1 change. That's pretty remarkable, and that says a lot, again, about him and the program and the people he surrounded himself with. And I know the people like yourself that have gotten to know some of the coaches, boy, they really like them, and the student athletes like them. And Coach is married to Tyler, and she's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Loves the Cajuns and loves this area, and so they've been a great fit for the community. What you got going there?
Okay, now the makshu, of course, the corn makshu, the main ingredient is corn. So we're going to put whole kernel corn, and we're going to later on add the tasso and the vegetables like onion, bell pepper, celery, parsley, garlic, everything. And then we're going to add that in there, and then after that smothered down real pretty, we're going to add what I call the wet ingredients, which is cream style corn, some heavy duty whipping cream. It's not the light kind, it's kind of fattening, but it's good.
But it's good.
We're gonna add that in there, and then after that, you lower the fire, and then you can just kick back and relax. First, the initial part of cooking a mushroom is kind of stressful because you got to stir a lot and everything, because you don't want to burn it. But then after you add the wet ingredients, it's just like bloop bloop. It's just doing its thing.
Right.
And at the very end, we're going to add some good Louisiana crawfish, and it's going to be good. I think you're going to like it. I'm going to grab my little stir stick, and we're going to you just want to kind of toss it in, stir it around a little bit, and we're going to speed this up because, you know, it's TV. And we got the magic of TV. We got a big pot already done up, so we're gonna saute that down. So, okay, the football season, the players. I've been hearing a lot about how we're just like killing them in recruiting. People are just like blown away. Every time I open the paper, even like with the upcoming season, they're like getting ready to sign people that people just scratch their heads saying, how'd they get them people?
Right.
I mean, that's all part of the winning, the RCF,
Right.
and the coaching staff.
When you and I first met 5 years ago, we started talking about things like we need to give coaches what they need to recruit great athletes, and we need to give athletes what they need to succeed, and it's all starting to come together, and it's great. We have great coaches now, and the facilities master plan that we unveiled, and those types of things are giving the coaches what they need to succeed. And those types of things are helping them recruit these athletes.
It's kind of like having a Cajun grill in your backyard. I mean, it's like, you know, it's the best of the best,
Absolutely.
so you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely it is.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to talk more about it. We're going to come back. We're going to add more of these vegetables, so come on air, it's going to look different. But we got a few more questions for AD Scott right here, so y'all stick around. Welcome back to the show. I hope y'all been enjoying it, because I sure have. Talking to Scott Farmer, the athletic director for UL, and we were just talking off of camera, the RCF, the Raging Cajun Athletic Foundation.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Oh, absolutely, because it's been the key to our success, to be quite honest with you, Keith. We started the RCAF in 2009, and it's been a way to bring in dollars, most of it unrestricted dollars, that we can go out and, again, hire great coaches, supplement the coaches' pay, build the facilities, give coaches what they need to be successful. And it's really, we owe it all to not just the RCF, but specifically to the annual fund, which is part of what they do. And right now, I'm very happy to announce that we are already about $250,000 ahead of last year's annual fund.
You're kidding.
So it's just
incredible.
Everything's great. Our fans are phenomenal, and again, I've said it many times, we will grow this department as fast as we can grow the RCAF.
So there's different levels that people can get involved at the RCF level, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, like you have like somebody who doesn't have a lot of money can kind of join in, and then you have corporate that can really go crazy.
Absolutely. We have donors from $100 for the whole year all the way up to $50,000 and up for the year.
Right.
Yes, so we definitely have different levels. All right, now you got to tell me, what are we doing here? You're sneaking something in.
No, I'm not. This is good. This is tasso, smoked pork meat. And we already added the vegetables, the onion, the bell pepper, the celery, the garlic, and everything. Now we got about 3 pounds of the smoked pork meat tasso. And the next thing we do, we just saute this down. I don't know if you can smell this, Scott, but
Yes.
this is like my favorite part. I just want to eat that like that. And but we're gonna add the wet ingredients next. But we're gonna let this simmer down a little bit. Now, I know we talked Cajun football. I know we talked RCAF, but can we get to know Scott Farmer? You know, I mean, can you tell us a little bit about you? I mean, I've been knowing you for 3 years. I've enjoyed our relationship, but I was doing some recon, and man, you got a pretty fascinating resume.
Well, I come from Daytona Beach. A lot of people don't even realize that.
Florida boy.
Florida boy. Grew up, born in South Florida, but moved to Daytona. I was about 3, and I was a competitive swimmer. In fact, my whole family, we were all competitive swimmers.
I saw that.
We all swam.
Now, you still hold records?
I hold some records. I think actually all my records have been beat at Georgia Southern. I went to Georgia Southern.
Right.
And I think I recruited some athletes when I was coaching there that beat my records. So I don't think I have any left anymore. But
right.
And I married my wife. She's also a Georgia Southern grad, and she was also
to school
a swimmer.
together.
Yeah. And believe it or not, we have 2 youngsters, and neither one of them swim.
You're kidding.
So.
Well,
they sure don't.
We're kind of glad y'all found Louisiana and found Raging Cajun, Heartland, and Lafayette. I know that as a a person that's grown up here all my life, been a Cajun fan all my life, that as far back as I can remember, it's just refreshing to see and to watch what you have done, so what's been done since you've been on board. I mean, the bowl games, the victories, that's all one thing, but there's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes on. The public awareness, the stand-in, the interviews, everything that you do is just a total reflection of the quality person that I think you are, and I'm just glad that you're here and your family's here.
Well, I appreciate it. We love it here. You know, I've said it many times. If I retire here, that's going to be a good thing. But we're not going to sit back and rest on our laurels. I think you know me well enough. We're going to push, push, push.
You got a lot of energy.
Well, that's the way it is.
You been eating my mock shoe?
I want to eat some mock shoe.
Okay, well look, the next thing we're gonna do, probably after the next break, is we're gonna throw in the wet ingredients, the cream style corn, the heavy whipping cream, and then we're just gonna let the pit do the work, and we're gonna have another conversation. So stick around. I think you're gonna enjoy this final product, and I've been enjoying our conversation. Hope you have too. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. We've been talking with Scott Farmer, Athletic Director of the Raging Cajuns, the UL Lafayette, and we've been grilling some mock shoe. And you notice I said we're grilling some mock shoe?
Yeah.
What you think of that?
We need to stop here, and you need to tell me about grilling mock shoe. I'm lost here. I really am.
Well, this is a pit that my daddy made for my grandfather, Percy, and over the years we've elaborated on it, and one of the things that we've come out with is, you know, if we put a pot directly over the coals, I wonder if we could cook dishes like you cook in your kitchen on the grill. And so we came out with this about 15 years ago, and it's just incredible. Now, if you notice, Scott, it's a charcoal grill. I'm gonna lift it up so you can see. That's lump char wood, and lump char wood has searing temperatures of around 1200 degrees. So depending on how, like turning your stove up or down, high or low, it's the same thing. I have an adjustable cold tray where I can stop here, I can drop it down midway, which is like a medium, or I can, if I want to simmer, I can drop it to right there. And
so what are you cooking at about now, roughly, temperature-wise?
You know, it'd be like a low setting on your stove. If I had liquid in there, you'd actually see it bubbling like you do when you're simmering something on the thing, on the pot. Now, this recipe is like, it goes back years, and it's an old family recipe. And my dad had a good friend, Uncle Howard, and he kind of tweaked it a bit. So it was pretty much how my dad did it, but my Uncle Howard liked to put the whipping cream. And everybody that I cook it for really freak out. They love it. So we're gonna add the whipping cream, and if people like you or anybody else out there wants the recipe, it's not a secret. It's just an old family recipe. We'd share it with you. They'll be posting it on their website. Right. So come back and check on that. But while we're talking about the cooking and this and that, you talked a little bit about, you know, some of your college days. But okay, this season, if you were to predict, and I hate to put you on the spot, but if you were to predict, you know, a lot of the newspapers and the sports writers are predicting that we win the Sun Belt. Is that something you predict?
Let me just say this. I learned a long, long time ago in my profession, I don't go on record with any predictions. Okay, just don't.
Well, that's a smart move. You running for political office?
I learned this a long time ago. I think we have a good football team. But, you know, I believe in our athletes. I believe in our coaches, and I just hope that we're back in a bowl game just like we have been the last 2 years.
Well, when you put in the hard work, good things happen, and that's evident. They've been putting in a lot of good work. They've been able to stay healthy, and that's another good thing. Knock on wood.
Yep.
And but I know we're going to be doing pretty good right here in a little while. We're going to add the whipping cream. We got some chicken bites. It's like chicken breast meat with cream cheese, jalapeno wrapped in bacon. And, you know, tailgating's a big thing. I mean, people go to the game to tailgate, and while they're there, they go to the game. So you really probably encourage people to get to the tailgating spot, whether you're tailgating or you're going to meet some friends that are tailgating. That's still a big part of UL, right?
You know, I really believe we have one of the best tailgating atmospheres in the country at all levels. You know, I know we had some lean years here. You sat through in the stands.
I've been through a lot of lean years, Scott.
But during those lean years, it was like the fans were out there perfecting the tailgating. I really believe that for years and years and years, such as this right here. So now we have a product in the stadium as good as our product outside the stadium.
Right. Yeah. Well, the mock shoe is kind of like the Raging Cajuns. It's one of them things that we've perfected over the years. And you know, the black iron pot and the Cajun grill, and there's so many other products that are out there that people can cook on. We just find that this is a very unique way of cooking. And anything that you can cook in a pot, not just the makshu. I mean, we've cooked gumbo from scratch. I don't mean buying the jar of roux. I'm talking about using the pot to do the actual roux. And while you're doing the roux, you can smoke chicken and stuff. But the makshu is the good stuff.
You know, I believe, if I may be wrong here, but you cooked this for ESPN.
I did, and
right?
they put it on ESPN.com, and the guy asked me, what would you rather be cooking or in the game watching the game? And I said, well, that's an unfair question. You know, I can't make up my mind. He said, you already have. You're still out here, and the game started 30 seconds ago. So, you know, I love food, I love football, and it's all about Louisiana and Southern. That's how we roll.
Right.
I mean, you've been here for how many years?
6 years.
6 years. And so you know it's part of how we do things. So stay tuned. We're gonna have some more stuff on the grill. We're gonna be wrapping it up, and we're glad you stayed. And I hope you learned a little bit more about Scott and the athletic department and the RCF. So stick around. Welcome back. Now, while y'all are away, we kind of cheated. We put a few more things on the grill. We got these beautiful chicken breasts wrapped in bacon, which is a great tailgating food, Scott. And then we got the mushrooms. They're stuffed with cream sauce and lobster, crab meat, and shrimp.
That'll work.
Now, this is 3 pounds. Let's see, 2.75 pounds of crawfish. We're gonna just add this into the makshu. We're gonna stir this in. Now, the crawfish are pretty much steeped. They're already pre-cooked. So when you add your crawfish, you just want to basically finish it off. You don't want to heat it up, warm it up, and then put the pot on, take it off the stove top and let it just sit there. I'm telling you, this is like dynamite in your mouth.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna stir this around. Smells incredible. I think you're gonna like it, Mr. Scott. All right, we got a plate here. We got some chicken bites here. We're gonna let Scott try this. I think you're gonna like it, Mr. Scott. Let's see, we got some makshu with all that crawfish. And that's hot. They call this molten lava of love because all that whipping cream in there. Let me get you a little fork. Make sure you're blowing it good.
Holy cow.
Let's see.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
C'est bon?
I don't know you made enough.
Yeah, can you believe I made that on a charcoal grill?
Oh, man.
Can you taste the subtle hint of smoke flavor in there?
Keith, that's awesome.
Well,
that is awesome.
It's easy. It's one of the it's the most asked about recipe, but it's the easiest recipe. We're gonna have it on our website. So if you want to check it out and you want to try it for you and your family, go to the website, and we're gonna have it on the screen. And we thank you. You, Scott, for coming.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Congratulations to the past success you've had. We look forward to the future success of the Raging Cajuns, and I'll be at all the games.
Let's go. Hope to see everybody there.
So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Keith Gidger with Percy Gidger's Hearth and Patio. Today we're going to be talking about the Primo Grill. It's the only ceramic grill made in the United States, and it's just an incredible grill. It's oval in shape, which lends itself to a lot of different cooking principles. But instead of telling you a little bit about it, why don't we go over there and take a look at it? So the Primo Grill is an incredible grill in that it's ceramic and it's oval in shape. But when I open this up, you'll see that it allows you to actually cook indirectly without needing any accessories, but we'll show you some of those accessories if you really want to fill up the grill. But you can literally put your fire to one side and then put your food on the other side. So if you want to do a brisket or a Boston butt, its oval shape is perfect for that. Right here we're showing you the extended rack. It's an additional rack that you can purchase to give you more surface space for your food. So while your food is grilling on the main grilling surface, you can put your slower cooking food or your vegetables up on top. And we also put a pot on here to show you that it's basically large enough to put a 7-quart cast iron pot in the grill. And you may ask, Keith, why is that so important? Well, it's because this turns it into an outdoor kitchen. You can cook a gumbo, a stew, a jambalaya, anything you can cook in your kitchen, you can cook on these grills. The great thing about the Primo is that you have absolute control over the temperature by the air intake and then the chimney at the top. Air in, air out basically allows you to designate the temperature that you want to cook at. So you can have as low as a 225 degree smoking going on, or you can elevate it and open everything up and get this puppy up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 1,000 on the grill. To make your cleanups easy, they have this really convenient ash tool that you literally just kind of scoop out your ashes from inside, and that allows you to have a better airflow in and out of the grill. And being that the grill is ceramic, you don't have to worry about leaving your ashes in there and corrosion, but you do want to make sure your ashes are emptied out periodically so that you get proper air in and out the grill. Another neat feature about this grill is that it actually has reversible cooking grids. This shows that inverted, you reduce the surface of the grill about 3 inches closer to the fire. Over here we have what we call the deflector plate and the pan rack. This allows you to be able to fill up your coal bed at the bottom, but then place your slower cooking food on top of this area so that your food is not directly cooking underneath your fire, it diverts around it. You can have 2 of these placed on here and have 2 Boston butts at the top or a brisket, fill up your coal bed, regulate your air to 225 temperature in the oven, and let this puppy go for like up to 30 hours on 1 load of fuel. With the grills, you have different cart options available to you. There's a cradle cart, there's this Sherman tank cart. It's like a powder coated steel with stainless steel side shelves. And then we have an all aluminum powder coated cart right here, which has components and compartments for your storage of your accessories as well as your charcoal. So in the end, we feel that Primo is the Primo ceramic grill out there. It's oval shape, it's great warranty, it's overall size, made in the United States. What's not to love about the Primo grill? Come by Percy Goodrich Hearth and Patio and let us show you why Primo ceramic grills are the Primo choice.
You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move! Give it to him hard!
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got...
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.